श्रूयतां धर्म सर्वस्वं श्रुत्वा चैवावधार्यताम् आत्मनः प्रतिकूलानि परेषान्न समाचरेत्.
Today we sit with what may be the single most famous ethical teaching in all of Sanskrit literature. One verse from the Mahabharata that claims boldly to contain the entire essence of Dharma. Listen to it first. Shruyatam dharma sarvasvam shrutva chaiva avadhaaryataam atmana pratikulani paresham na samacharet. Let it be heard, the entire treasure of Dharma, and having heard it, let it be held firmly in the heart. That which is disagreeable to your own self, do not do to others. Let us open the words one by one. The verse begins with Shruyatam, let it be heard. This comes from the root shru, to hear, the same root that gives us Shruti, the sacred knowledge received through listening. Then Dharma Sarvasvam. Sarvasvam means the entire wealth, the whole estate, everything a person owns. So the speaker is saying, I am about to hand you the complete treasure of Dharma, compressed into one line. Then comes the most beautiful word in the verse, avadhaaryataam. Let it be firmly held, let it be internalized. This comes from the root dhri, meaning to hold, to bear, to sustain. And here is the hidden jewel. The word dharma itself comes from that very same root dhri. Dharma is that which holds the world together, and the verse says that Dharma, the holder of the world, must in turn be held by you. Hearing is not enough. The teaching must travel from the ear down into the will, the way a foundation bears the weight of a house. Then the teaching itself. Atmana pratikulani, those things which are disagreeable to your own self. The word pratikulani carries a lovely river metaphor. Kula means the bank of a river, the direction of the current. Anukula means flowing with the current. Pratikula means going against it. So whatever goes against your current, whatever wounds you, humiliates you, obstructs you, those very things, paresham na samacharet, do not practice towards others. The verb samacharet means not just a single act, but your whole manner of conducting yourself. Now, where does this verse come from? It appears in the Anushasana Parva of the Mahabharata, the book of instructions, and the setting is one of the most moving scenes in world literature. The great war is over. Yudhishthira has won a kingdom soaked in the blood of his own family, and he is drowning in grief and moral confusion. Krishna sends him to Bheeshma, the grandsire, who lies dying on a bed of arrows, holding off death by his own will, so that the wisdom of an entire age will not be lost. Yudhishthira asks question after question, and in this chapter he asks, in essence, Dharma is so subtle, so full of contradictions. How can an ordinary person ever be sure of right conduct? And the answer, given through the teaching of Brihaspati, the preceptor of the gods, is this verse. After thousands of verses of complexity, the dying tradition hands the exhausted king one portable test. When scripture is silent, when teachers disagree, when there is no time to think, consult your own capacity for pain and do not inflict it on another. Why does this work as the essence of everything? Because of a deep principle the tradition calls Atmaupamya, the analogy of the self. The Bhagavad Gita says the wise person sees all beings by analogy with himself. Your own flinching from pain is direct, undeniable evidence of what pain is like in every being. In the Vedantic vision, the same self, the same Atman, dwells in you and in the other. So harm done to another is really self-harm, mistaken for gain. And notice something subtle. The verse does not say, "Do unto others what you would like done to you." It says, "Do not do what you yourself would find disagreeable." This negative form is wiser than it first appears. What delights me might burden you. My favorite gift might be your dreaded obligation. But our aversions converge. Nobody wants to be betrayed, humiliated, robbed, or crushed. The negative form is humble, universal, and immediately usable. What is astonishing is how the whole world converged on this same teaching. Confucius, asked for one word to guide an entire life, answered, "Reciprocity. Do not impose on others what you yourself do not desire." Rabbi Hillel, challenged to teach the whole Torah while standing on one foot, said, "What is hateful to you, do not do to your fellow." That is the whole Torah. The rest is commentary. Go and study. Notice, even his structure matches the verse. The whole treasure, then the command to go and internalize it. Jesus taught the positive form. The Buddhist and Jain traditions grounded non-violence in the same insight. All beings tremble before suffering. Seeing yourself in others, do not harm. Centuries later, the philosopher Kant turned it into his categorical imperative, and modern science added its own confirmation. When you witness another person's pain, your brain activates the very circuits that process your own pain. Empathy is not a poetic fancy. It is how we are built. The verse simply asks you to consult that built-in instrument before you act. So how do we live this today? First, sit with a question or two. Where do I keep a double standard? What is one behavior that wounds me when I receive it? Being interrupted, being kept waiting, being criticized in front of others, that I still hand out to other people under some excuse. And second, I have heard this teaching all my life. Every culture teaches it to children. So the real edge of the verse is the second command. Have I merely heard it, or have I held it? Here is a practice for the next 7 days. Call it the Pratikoola Pause. Before any action that lands on another human being, a sharp message, a hard demand, a piece of criticism, even a silence when someone is waiting for your reply, pause for one single breath and ask, if I were on the receiving end of exactly this, exactly now, would it go against my current? If the answer is yes, do one of 3 things. Soften it, delay it, or drop it. If the answer is no, proceed freely with a clear heart. In the evening, take 30 seconds and recall the moments the pause fired. That daily rehearsal is precisely what the verse means by avadhaaryataam, holding the teaching until it holds you. Within a week, the question begins to ask itself. Within a season, it becomes what Bheeshma promised from his bed of arrows. The whole of Dharma, carried in a single reflex, always with you, requiring no book, no priest, no ideal conditions, only your own honest heart, remembering what it feels like to be hurt, and choosing, again and again, not to pass that hurt along. Shruyatam dharm sarvasvam, shrutva chaiva avadhaaryataam, atmana pratikulani, paresham na samacharet. May it be heard, and may it be held.
श्रूयतां धर्मसर्वस्वं श्रुत्वा चैवावधार्यताम् आत्मनः प्रतिकूलानि परेषान्न समाचरेत्